Ice Carson here from the Rip Ranch, and today I am working on our rotational grazing for our cows. New here on the ranch. We usually run our cows in summer up on the national forest or government land on permits. So I don't get a lot of opportunity to rotationally graze, and I'm changing that by this small group of cows. So I think we got 15 pair and a bull here. I grazed what we call nicks, which is, let me move over there slowly, right over there. It's 4 acres. I got close to 30 days on it. So pretty impressive. And the crazy thing is it's grown up. I'll show you that next. So I did that one a little different. This one we're at my brother's place, Ryder's 5-acre pasture here. So we're strip grazing. We got a very good stockpile of grass, as you can tell. Lots of seed heads, which this pasture need a lot of rest. Lots of horses have been here. So today I'm just gonna get prepped for the next move the best I can, get the water there. And my rig here, if you thought the 1997 Foreman 400 was fancy, wait till you see my trailer. So I got my stock tank, which I've been removing, my reels, and my step-in posts. So what we're gonna do we try to make it so our fencers, even though they are temporary, are kind of permanently placed. So I put a ground rod there, so I can put it here every time, so I don't have to put ground rods and pull ground rods if they're there forever. So we got this set up here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a fence along the top here, along that fence, all the way to the other side. So as we move the wire, we can just hook up to the wire each along the top, which I will show you how we do that. So that's my first step. Then I'm going to get a stock tank moved down to the bottom. But first I need to get across this here deal. So this is the charge I run. It's not huge. Can't even remember how many joules it is, but it's one of the bigger jouled, small, affordable ones, and it works good. What I like about it is this little gauge telling me if it's working or not. So now I'm just gonna shut this off, and we're gonna open this up and drive the 4-wheeler across. So we successfully made it across the wire. Not very hard. I just pull the reel. That's why, my last video with electric fence, I said I'm just using what I got. But I'll tell you what, just having nice reels and stuff makes it so you actually want to move your cows. Makes it way easier. So now, like I said, I'm gonna start a fence here, go up to that portion, and then go all the way across to the end, so we have something to tie to. Okay, so I just got a couple posts. You can see these posts suck unless the ground's super soft. Luckily, this is we call it a slough or a little water catch, so it'll be easy. So I'm gonna now time lapse me putting up the rest of this fence. Up. This reel's not bad. I complained about it last time. If you're gonna use it and not reel it up a lot, like I'll use this here where I'm not gonna move it for, I don't know, 30 days, and it does okay. I wouldn't want to reel this up because it's not geared every day. unless I do something like I've seen Ranching Sodak like he uses hydraulics, but I think in my small sections I could just use like a drill or something, which wouldn't be bad. Maybe I'll build something like that or have someone who's smarter than me do that. This is how I'm doing it, tying it off with that. Reels are great to tie it off. So the best part is you can actually see me in the time lapse doing this, but here's the fence. So some grass touching it, it'll be just fine. So as you can see, this forage, well rested. This pasture used to just be all bare. This tells you how much rest plays a role in great grazing. Yeah, paced off my 10 to 12 steps across here. Got 2 of them. Now I'm gonna go to the bottom, get the trough set up, and then so it's easy because I'll be gone, so my dad can do this while I'm gone. So I'm just gonna get this all set up. So I'm just gonna drive the 4-wheeler to knock the grass down. I don't really need to do this step, but I think it will make this go better. So this will kind of mark my line where I'm gonna go. Not very important, but I think this will make this go better. You can see this pasture's not perfect, but way less weeds than it used to have. So that's the goal. That is the goal. There's the neighbor's cows. So I'm gonna unload these hoses and so we can get going on this process. Okay, got the hose unloaded. Put a hose there. That's where the water is, the frost-free trough. I mean frost-free spigot thing. So when it's time to move it, we can just hook up to that. Hook up to the trough. It needs cleaned out. We'll get that done. So now I'm just going to put stakes across here, and then go back with the wire. I know it's easier to do it all at once, but not for me because I'm not very coordinated. But a lot of people are more effective than me. Okay guys, I got most of this line up till I ran out of posts and I ran the wire. The cows are just down here content as can be. The bull would like to get in with those heifers. That'd be great, huh? So now I just got to go finish this line, and then I'm going to show you guys things I've learned doing this, so you don't make the stupid mistakes I've made for the last 10 years doing electric fence, or 7 years probably of electric fencing. So maybe even my whole life of electric fencing. So I will get to that point, and once I get it hooked up over there, we'll talk about what I like and dislike. Guys, now we're gonna do my part where I tell you what I've learned over the last while fencing, and I might be wrong, that's fine. So what I've learned recently, geared reels are worth it, buy them. The other thing is the wire is super important, so buy this polybraid wire. So this is not the only brand of polybraid wire, this is what our feed store has. Just get polybraid wire. So this is thick, it has a inside core that makes it not stretch or break. This is stuff that I've had and I'm just throwing it away, but this is like the cheap stuff you buy at the feed store. It's just a couple woven deals of metal and then some that's not got the braid in the middle. It sucks. These little tiny wires that are the conductors break, so don't even waste your money on that. Spend an extra 10 bucks on your roll of wire, get good wire, okay? This charger's been great. Here's why. It's not the fanciest, but it tells me if it's working, it tells me if it's not. It's got enough juice to run what I'm doing. The other thing I love about it is it holds up. So a litmus test is if it can be with my dad and it doesn't break, it's handy, it's good. This is not broke. The only thing we did is they tell you just to wrap the wire around this. That sucks, so we just use that. I think that's actually the ground one, but we don't, it's fine. We use the metal for the ground and then this for the to make the wire hot. That makes it way better to have the clip than to have a wire going from there, a string. They say you can on this charger. So tool wise, that's great. The other thing, all the girls wanted to come see me. This is a big deal, by the way. that I've liked about grazing, moving these cows, is these cows are purebred cows. And if you remember from old videos, they were absolutely awful to deal with. I gathered them 5 acres by myself on foot, got them out, got them in this field. So this has been great. This group of cows has really calmed down and got used to me, and they're learning to work off pressure. So this is the type of post we've used, and I recommend against it. I don't like these. In our hard clay, this always breaks, the step-in post, so that's what it's supposed to look like, have that little step-in post. But it breaks, so don't get those. Or these plastic ones. I'm gonna try O'Brien's next. That's what everyone says. So here's a couple things. First one that I'll tell you of what I've liked about this. Other thing is it's really helped my cows calm down and be better cows, which is a big deal because these things were awful. Never handled correctly, didn't understand pressure and release. They're starting to. So that's cool. They're actually coming to me instead of running away and balling up in a corner, which I love. So now I'm gonna go show you Nick's pasture, and I'll show you what I love. I like what it did with the cows. I'll show you what I really love though. So usually when I put cows in Nick's, you can see it kind of gets yellow over there. That's really rough, hard feed because I can't water that. So the cows would usually eat this to nothing, then go not eat that, start getting out, jumping fences, being miserable, and this would never regrow. But this has been not grazed, some of this in like 20 days. The water just started. Look how much regrowth. This was down to next to nothing. Look how much regrowth. Really good. Look at all this thatch I'm starting to get in this pasture. That's what I like to see. But the cool thing is, look at the regrowth. I've got the clover coming back into it, but it's actually regrowing. So I'm gonna be able to graze this the middle of October, when I used to only could graze it once because I'd take all the energy out of the grass because the cows would just come back. Here's what my philosophy's been so far on rotating. One of the main things that I see is everyone is an expert, everyone has their way, and they'll tell you that's what you need to do. But here is, if you're struggling to know where the heck to even start, because I've done some of this, not done a lot of it because I sometimes don't know where to start. First off, I'll tell you Greg Judy's method. If you don't know where to start, split your pasture in half and rotate them that way. That's a great way to do it, and I've done that and I saw results, so that's why I did the next step. Next, everyone says, oh, I need to move them twice a day, 4 times a day. Yeah, that's great. Not all of us have the capacity to do that. I travel, I have a job, things like that. I have to go move my other cows. So here's my philosophy. As long as you hit it before the regrowth period, you'll still see great effects. Probably not 100%. You probably get better effects moving them 4 times a day, but moving them 3 times every 3 days has been kind of my sweet spot. On some hard grass, I'll do it 4 because I want to push them a little harder. But I want to beat regrowth, and that's the main things I've seen. Then you get it resting, and you'll see some cool results. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing so far. Just started. So as you follow my page, hopefully we'll learn together and it'll go well. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching the Rip Ranch, and we'll talk to you next time.